Hello, church. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is for you. It's Josh Turner again out here in Washington, and I don't have the big dog with me, but I've got these two big ones with me. Say hello. Okay. As you can see, I'm not a very good cow trainer, and they don't listen like the dogs do. So I think this might be part 6 or 7 in this series, and I'm trying to compare the way that dogs act with the humans and how we condition them to how God conditions us as humans to how to interact with him. And one of the things that it's not necessarily necessary, but it really helps the dog, is if you can train them to do a thing that I like to call shut off. And what that means is at certain times during the day, even though you don't want to, I'm going to need you to just calm down, shut off, and not worry about what I'm doing. So for a lot of times, we would crate train the dog for this. So sometime during the day, I'm going to need you to go in the crate, just take a break for an hour while I do other stuff. And even if you're not tired, because that teaches you that there's going to be times when I need to be separated from you. Even though you could help me and you could participate, that's not what I'm requiring right now. And so I require you to be separate from me. But I don't want you to be doing other things. I need to know where you're at, and I need you to just calm down and relax, because if I leave you out of the crate, you'll go tear things up or you'll get yourself in trouble or whatever it is. And so a lot of people don't want to teach their dog to go into the crate because they find it mean, or they just don't want to leave the dog alone, or they think to themselves, well, I'm never going to have to put my dog in a crate, so why would I have to teach them this? Well, what happens with this, unfortunately, is it's kind of like saying, I'm a good Christian and I'm never going to need to worry about how to deal with alcoholism, because I don't care about drinking that much, and I don't drink that much, and I'm not addicted to alcohol. Well, just because currently it's not presenting itself as a problem does not mean you won't have to do this in the future. See, what happens to dogs who aren't taught how to turn off is one day they've got to go to the vet, and the vet doesn't care that you weren't taught how to do this or that you've never been in a crate before, because the vet has 100 other dogs to hang out with and worry about and all that. So guess where you're going? Into the crate. And what happens with dogs who have never learned how to shut off is they panic because they've never been in that situation before. And it makes the situation so much worse for them than it could have been. So what does this have to do with us? Well, Christians, there's going to be times where God leaves you alone. Not because he's left you and you're not his child, but because he either needs to separate from you because you're not listening to him, or you need some time to reflect and just calm down. Sometimes his voice will get quieter. I know for myself that happens. And when that happens, I have to reflect on, what am I actually doing right now? Why does it feel like I'm not accomplishing something, but it also feels like I'm supposed to be waiting? Because sometimes that's what God says. He says, wait right here in this crate that's uncomfortable, because I know better than you, and I'm doing something else right now. Our goal as the Christian is, don't panic. Don't panic when God's voice gets a little more quiet. Think about Job. I'm sure he thought God's voice was real quiet while he was scraping himself with pottery. Don't panic. He's going to come back. He's going to come back, and just like when he told you to stay, he'll come back and touch you, and you'll know time to get out of the crate. So if you're one of the Christians that finds yourself in a crate right now of sorrow, or a crate of sadness, or a crate of anxiety, or whatever it is, just remember, he put you there, or he's at least allowing you to be there. Maybe there's something to be learned here. Much like when these two big ones are left alone, they don't panic because they know we're coming back. Right, cows? And goat. Thank you, goat. So, church, if you find yourself in the crate, don't panic. God's not gone. You're just not around him right now. Doesn't mean he forgot about you. Learn to relax inside the crate. Learn to calm down. Learn to just sit with him and not have to move or do. Sometimes he's doing while we're sitting, and that's all right. All right.